Hello, YouTube chess fans. This is hbeck. It is Wednesday, February 8th in the morning. Good morning. So, excuse me. Welcome to a new episode of hbeck Daily Blitz. This is the show where I play a 5-minute blitz game of 2-second increment and give you live commentary of my thoughts during the game, and then we'll do some analysis of the game afterwards. So without further ado, let's start a game in 5 2-second increment against a random opponent. Hopefully we do better than we did yesterday. But it's early in the morning. It's before 9 a.m. So yeah, I'm already preparing my excuses. Another game of black against CCC P66 from Greece. Okay, let's focus. And a C3 Sicilian. This is 3 episodes out of 4 we've had this opening. I have not done well in the previous 2. How will this one go? E5, the critical line, in my opinion. Let's pin this knight. Queen B3. This is a move I'm not familiar with. Very interesting. He's attacking B7. He's attacking B7, unpinning his knight. And he's attacking D5. This is very interesting. I don't see a way to punish it. Bishop takes F3, queen takes B7. Queen B6, queen takes D5. Alright, I guess I'll just play passive defense, defending both pawns. Knight G1. He's just undeveloping his pieces now. Very strange. Very strange. I guess he wants to play knight C3, make me play E6, and then try to trap my bishop. That's what he wants. Oh, maybe not. Okay. I want to play F6 now. Now that my knight can't go to F5, it's the only way to really make this knight make any sense. So I can now go back to F7. Also, I might be threatening F takes E5, D takes, and then D4, attacking his queen and his bishop. I might be threatening that. Okay. Let's reroute this knight to a useful square. Spent a minute on queen d7, and that's the difference in the clock right now. So you play a weird move in blitz, and you win a minute. That shouldn't happen. I should be more disciplined than that. can't play knight d6 now. It's annoying. It's very annoying. Should I take away the b5 square? Okay. Yeah, I walked right into that, didn't I? Queen takes, rook, b8 looks good. Losing this bishop. I like my bishops usually, but I didn't see how to avoid it. Now I'm gonna bring the knight to d6. He still hasn't castled. I wonder where he's gonna castle. He's played g4. Huh. Let's threaten mate. Wonder if he can just castle though. Oh, if it castles, I have queen c4 to get out. And I can go to e4 or c4. Maybe I should bring the other knight to a5 to c4. That's maybe the way to do it. I like my position now. Oh, all right. Can I undermine this guy? Can I attack? Is that too risky? No, let's do it. Weakens Mr. G6, but I want to really open up his king. Yeah, I'm not sure. Both kings are going to get exposed here, but I'm banking on my king being safer. All right, he has threat and bishop takes d5, the cheapo. Guess just put a knight on that square. Block it. Now I'm threatening knight takes d4. Was I threatening that earlier? I might have been threatening that earlier. When he moved this knight away. Oh, but I guess there was a threat, so I couldn't do it right away. But here I think maybe I'm threatening to win a pawn. I'm also threatening f takes g4. That's the bigger threat. Should probably do f takes, or g takes, g takes. Queen takes? F takes look good too. My point is this g-pawn's pinned now. It's not really, because if I take, he has queen takes d5, and this wins the c6 knight. That's really annoying. Yeah, but now I can take it because it's with check. All right. Defend my pawn. And I need to bring another attacker in. How to do it. My queen's not trapped. Bishop takes d4 checks now a problem for him. All right, I gotta move faster. Rook takes d5. I should have probably taken the rook, defended the pawn. That would have been easier. Oh, this was a good move. He wants me to blunder my queen. Not gonna happen. Now I should be winning. I'm up 3 pawns. Go bury the B pawn. Go bury the B pawn. Yeah, he resigned. The B pawn will queen. All right, nice. Got a win. Excellent. Finally got that C3 Sicilian monkey off my back. Let's analyze it. What did I click on? Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys. Here we go. Yeah, and so everything's normal. So queen b3, which I've never even heard of. It's a good move to play in Blitz because yeah, your black's never heard of it, so that's good. And apparently it's reasonable. I mean, Stockfish says white keeps his advantage. It's I couldn't see anything wrong of it. I played queen d7. Now, queen b6 is what I wanted to play, but I was afraid of queen takes d5. Even queen b6, queen takes b6, a takes b6. Now I'm happy with that trade because it promotes my it quote unquote promotes my rook pawn to a normal pawn. So like this pawn when it's on the a file can only attack one square. On b6 it attacks two squares. So in theory it should be worth a little bit more. It's a more valuable pawn. The downside to that is, yeah, I mean we're trading queens and you don't usually want to trade queens or trade too much material early on in the game, especially if you're looking to outplay your opponent later, which I am. It's harder to do with less material. Yeah, so queen d7 was a reasonable move. It was not reasonable for me to spend a minute on it. Yeah, and now he starts playing some weird stuff. He starts playing weird, man. Like bishop e5 was what I expected, normal stuff, knight c6. Yeah. Knight g1. I mean, I don't know what. I mean, I guess he's thinking this bishop now can't retreat because the queen blocks it, and he's going to try to make me play e6, and then this bishop will be trapped. But that's easy to prevent. Knight c6. Bishop e3. Knight h6. h3. Bishop e6. Yeah, and g4 is the only move that prevents knight f5, so this was reasonable. In terms of it, if white's still trying to create problems for black. But this pawn move in front of his, kingside position can be weakening, if he ever castles there, which he did. And we saw how I was able to exploit that by playing h5 and h takes g4, f5, and so forth. Castles. Bishop e2. And f6. This is thematic. Trying to undermine his pawn chain in the center, and then by doing so, it'll open up the diagonal for this bishop. If we look at this position, these pawns, block the diagonal for the bishop. So now we're gonna try to open it up. Here, e takes is the only move that doesn't lose material. Bishop takes f6 would lose the bishop takes h6, and rook takes. There's g5, which would fork the knight and rook. So we got to play e takes. Knight f3. Yeah, now this knight is no longer doing anything on h6, so we're just gonna reroute it to somewhere useful like d6. And on d6, it'll work very nicely. It'll cover f5, e4, c4, b5. These are all important light squares. Yeah, now I'm really not sure about a6. Really not sure about a6. I put a6 and 10 and b5, and I figured if he played knight a4 to go to b6 or c5, I'll just move my queen. Which happened, but yeah, apparently I could have played knight d6. I could have played this move, which is what I would have wanted to do if I could calculate this capture. But I guess the point is, after knight takes d5, this knight is now pinned to the queen. Looks very risky. Looks very risky. And in fact, the computer is telling me that white loses a piece here. Because after queen d8, there's no way for this knight to move out of the way. There's no way for this queen to unpin itself, to unpin the knight. It can't go to b5 because of the knight on d6. And bishop c4 doesn't work to unpin because it's just knight takes c4, uncovering the queen's attack on the knight. See, he would lose a piece here, actually. Yeah, so knight d6 would have been better. Would have definitely been better. A6 creates some holes on the dark squares here, which he correctly tried to seize. Queen d6. Again, he can't take the pawn because of rook fb8, trapping his queen. So he went knight c5. And I actually could have kept this bishop on the board and played bishop c8. Objectively, that might be the best. In my opinion. I mean, the computer likes some other moves. But, like knight ft8, so you could retake on e6 with a knight. That makes sense, too. Also, knight ft8 protects b7. b5, though. I was kind of hoping he would trade off his good knight for my bishop. Kind of calling his bluff. And also grabbing space. And, he fell for it. I mean, the correct move, the correct way to play this of white is to leave this knight here. Make me, go challenge it. And in the meantime, finish your development. Try to attack this weak pawn on d5. Maybe try to play a4 to undermine a6 and b5. There's an important Ben Feingold rule, which is when your opponent plays a6 and b5, always play a4. It's good. It's good to remember this. Yeah, but knight takes e6 is bad. Now black should be better again. I'm really not sure what his intention was behind bishop d2. Maybe to go just to cover, a5, prevent knight a5. He would have been better off by castling. Or rook c1, some developing move. Bishop d2 does not. He's not finished his development. He's already moving his pieces, repeatedly. All right, so this is a question of which rook. Rook f8 is what I chose. I wanted the other rook to go to either d or c8. Computer likes rook ae8, but what can you do? Bishop. See, the bishop just went right back to e3. He wasted like 2 moves here. So I should be able to punish this. Knight d6. So I'm just like developing this knight to a more useful square. And yeah, I want to use all my pieces. Next, I'm going to try to play like rook c8, rook d8. Maybe try to break with f5 and open up this bishop. And then every piece will be used. Bring this knight to a5 to c4. I've got a lot of good plans. Castles. Now here I got sidetracked maybe a little bit. I saw, all right, he's castled king side now, and these pawns are all advanced. So let's try to open up the position in front of the king. Not so strategically, this is very reasonable, but I think I went about it the wrong way. I played h5, which weakens the g6 pawn too much. It's a little risky. I think it would have been much safer and just as effective to play f5. And the point behind f5 is if he tries to keep it closed, right? If he tries to keep it closed, then I have f4, attacking the bishop and the pawn. So after bishop takes, where does this knight go? This knight goes somewhere. c4. Now you're attacking h3. And it's already kind of opened up. This diagonal is open. The f file is open. So you should be able to attack over here. Yeah. F5 would have been better. After H5, apparently the advantage has slipped, completely. Um, and I still like black a little bit. I don't know if the computer really understands what's going on here. Um, White's queen is all on the queen side, and black's king is closer to the king side. So even if both kings get opened up, it looks like black is in a better position to attack the king than white is. So I'd be very nervous as white here. All right, I guess here I missed the tactic. Knight takes d4, bishop takes, because this bishop is pinned to the bishop. So I could have done this. Seems like this is cashing in a little too early. Knight takes g6 doesn't work because of this forking the bishop and the knight. Although he can still kind of get out of it. At the end of this long line, we've just positioned our queen opposite of his king, and so we've got like a very useful development out of that. And we're prepared to put more pressure on the pawn on g4, play f5 or h takes, then f5. Interesting. This pawn is weak though. This isn't so clear. I'm glad I didn't go for this. Knight takes d4 seems like it's cashing in too soon. Alright, so he could have played knight takes g6. Which to me is hard for a human to spot, because a human doesn't want me to play g takes h3 at all costs. Yeah. Sometimes the computer in a blitz game it can't really guide you too much in terms of how you should play, because in a blitz game, like, you gotta assume he's not gonna do this, and if he does, more power to him. Yeah, just the natural recapture happens, and then after this, I'm better again. I play f5 and I protect the pawn. Bishop f3, putting more pressure on the d5 pawn. Knight e4, defending it. All right, now here's an instructive moment where he goes wrong. So right now, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 defenders around his king. I only have 1, 2, 3. I guess you could say I have four attackers as well. So, what he does is he trades off one of his defenders. This is just strategically wrong. And it's a very important bishop. He has the bishop pair and he just gives it up. And this bishop on f3, a light square bishop, is unopposed in this position. Black does not have a light square bishop. So this is an important attacker to get counterplay against these pawns on light squares. And yet he just gives it up. So this was bad. Again, computer likes just bringing another piece into the game. Rook ac1, tying the queen down to the defense of the knight on c6. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, this move I have to be very critical of. Yeah, and then I took back the right way. Or, yeah, I did, I guess. The computer just likes both f takes and queen takes. And so did I. Now he's worried about his d4 pawn. So he does this, but, like, he's got a... Well, there's not much he can do about the g4 pawn anymore. Now I'm much better. Now all my pieces are participating in the game. And there's some nice harmony here, attacking the d4 pawn. With this bishop, this knight, and this queen. He played f3, which you should never do. You never play f3. I've just gone straight to h3, but I let him chase me. I let him chase me there. All right, bishop e5. This is a mistake. Actually, this is probably still, well, yeah, it is. Now, I was really curious here. What happens after rook takes d5? I felt like there would be a maiden attack, but I didn't see it. Rook takes d5. There's a maiden 2 here, apparently. Oh, you know, this is really pretty. Check. And not queen g3 check, because he goes back to g1. Or maybe it goes on the e-file. But this is checkmate. This is the mate I didn't see in the game, because the rook controls the e-file. I probably would have seen it if he had played rook d5, though. That's what I tell myself to go to, so I can sleep at night. Yeah, but after f4, this is just a losing endgame now. Yeah, nothing else to see here. Okay. Well, I hope you found that instructive, that game. I hope you're not getting tired of c3 on move 3 here. I would like to get a game sometime in my life, you know, where I have the white pieces. That would be kind of nice. I wonder what that's like to have the white pieces. Anyway, until next time. This is hbeck signing off.